Hey there. Welcome to All Things Social Security. I'm Stephanie Joy. Whether you are a first-time viewer, an occasional viewer, a subscriber, or one of the three tiered benefactor members, I want to welcome you and let your video begin. Remember, if you haven't checked out the memberships, it might be something up your alley because it gives you an opportunity for a little more Social Security disability attorney attention if you need it, but don't have representation and don't want to do a full-fledged consultation. Okay, have a great one, guys. Stay tuned. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Here is our Sunday Social Security roundup for the week. In case you may have missed a day last week, here we go. This is from November 25th, 2024 through the 30th, I believe, right? Saturday of November 2024. So on the 25th, what did we do? Oh, yeah, it was a kind of a year-end reminder because our earnings, which can be taxed and which can also give us Social Security credits, is ending next month. And the age-old warning, at least in my book, of the cash is king method of planning how to finance your life, because it doesn't work so well for retirement usually. Certainly doesn't work well for Social Security credits, other disability favored credits, or the ones that would get you retirement. And of course, it doesn't do anything for your amount of your Social Security benefit or retirement should you become vested nonetheless. Okay, so that was the year-end reminder on that, and that was on Monday. On the 26th, that would be Tuesday, right? It was kind of a true false because, and it wasn't that someone had suggested the contrary, but they had left it open as if it would be so. You've got your 40 lifetime Social Security credits. Does that mean you can file for Social Security disability if you become disabled? And the question is true or false, and you could figure that one out. The next day, which was Wednesday, this was an ALJ hearing example that just transpired. And it was the situation where, and we've had them a little differently elsewise. They're not that common though. When an ALJ asks the vocational expert questions, but no hypotheticals, asks the VE, the vocational expert questions, but does not put forth one or more hypothetical individuals to see whether there are any jobs for that individual. And what that likely means, it was a real live hearing, so we don't have the results yet, but it was very, I suppose, optimistically received, I would say. Anyway, and I explain why in that one. If you have an upcoming hearing, that might be something you want to take a listen to. The following day, the 28th, this was me venting. Well, was I venting? The really rampant HIPAA violations with regard to a patient's right to access to a copy of their medical records. This would be mental health and physical health, but in this case, it was mental health both with someone that I'm familiar with who's been complaining about it, and it was a mental health provider in my area, as well as a recent OCR, Office of Civil Rights, sanctioning, not of this particular entity, which probably should be sanctioned, but in my opinion, but of another rather expensive sanction of a big amount of dollars on another, a California, in this case, mental health provider who would pull a little BS on its patients when they wanted to get a copy of the records for whatever their purpose was, and it's nobody's business, right? Okay. Friday, of course, fraud law review. This was about an octogenarian in Maine, and I don't mean a new octogenarian, I mean one a few years in, and some identity theft he did with a family member to steal Social Security for decades. It's not pretty. It makes me kind of sad. Okay. Oh, Saturday, the 30th, my daughter's birthday. We have, oh yeah, we went over a new court ruling shared by a colleague who sums it up nicely for us. And it has to do with young autistic in this situation, individuals filing for disability and getting denied um, with the statement that the mental limitations are indeed moderate, but that's not enough to bar the simplest of work. So we go through that just a little bit, real short thing. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great upcoming week. We're heading into the Christmas season or whatever holiday you happen to follow, if you do. I myself am Christmas, as you can imagine. So anyway, a lot of work to be done, and both at home and at work. So I hope you all have a great one. Stay healthy. Try to avoid any of those viruses that tend to go around. And we will talk to you next week. Bye now. It's still Sunday. Did you miss last week's Social Security roundup? Not this week that you just heard, but the one prior to that, and want to catch up? I'm attaching it now. Have a great day. Bye. Good morning. Happy Sunday. And it is Social Security roundup for the week. Here we go. Let's see. I'm scrolling here. All right. So this is the week of the 18th to the 23rd. Sound right? Yeah, yesterday was the 23rd. Okay. So on the 18th, we talked about inaccurate medical records and what you can do to request that your provider make the corrections if they're inaccurate. It's what you can do to request it, and what your rights are with requesting it, which doesn't necessarily mean they're going to change it. But the fact that you ask them to can certainly be noted. So when a judge later sees this horrible statement or lack of statement or omission by your doctor, he will also see that way back when you had it in with your doctor to get it fixed. Okay, that was the 18th. The 19th. This was sometimes people win at an ALJ hearing. They get I guess it would be a partially favorable award because they only get a closed period. So the judge said, yes, I found you disabled back in 15, but I think it ended 6 months ago. And now you're not disabled. So you'll get the back benefits that you would be entitled to for that period, but nothing going forward. The agony of defeat or to win or something. I know it's very frustrating. It doesn't feel like the win, even though it's kind of a win. It's a difficult win, particularly if the person hasn't gone back to work, or there's no sign of hope in that direction. It's definitely a bittersweet type of thing, right? The person can usually always file again, but okay, the next day, which would be Wednesday, we went over Social Security ruling 18-3P, and it's about prescribed treatment and the repercussions of refusing prescribed treatment, and ways that you can refuse prescribed treatment under certain circumstances, and it won't necessarily be damaging in terms of, perpetuating your own disability. So it's a really important rule. So I suggest you take a listen, if you haven't already listened to it. The 21st. Oh, yeah, this one was fun. I love doing these. The Luttrell case. We went over the basics of the Luttrell case, which is a court ruling. I think it's the 8th Circuit. And it discusses, and this is in our favor, guys, the obligation of the SSA, ALJ, or underlings, whoever, to properly evaluate subjective complaints of pain and not just ignore them because they're subjective and or without direct objective evidence, which can be really hard when it comes to complaints of pain, right? but it's good. I just did a quick summary of a summary. Um, but I don't know if I linked the case. If I didn't link the case, let me know and I'll try to find it and link it. What I'll do is I'll link the lawyer who summarizes these and shares them generously. I will link her LinkedIn page where she posted it. So you can go right to the source. She's really good. All right, Friday, fraud law review. This one was nuts. This was about the business owner in Missouri owning a big volleyball sand facility. Looks like a really cool place. He had been taking much of his dad's Social Security disability. His dad has since passed away, for his own use. It was really bad. And the father, there was testimony that there was cat food in his fridge that he would eat because he didn't have anything else in there. It's really bad. So I wanted to share that one. Was that Saturday? That was Friday. Of course it was Friday. Friday for Love Review. It's been a really busy week. Hearings next week, and just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of consultations. Those are always nice to get to meet new people. Okay, Saturday, big tip. This one is big. It sounds so puny. It's the caution you have to take when you send your own possessed miscellaneous medical records. You got one here, you got one there, to the SSA or the adjudicator if you're at the second office there with the medical workup. Gotta have some caution with doing that because you're almost putting a cog in their wheel of plodding through the case, and part of that is requesting all the official records. Then they get this medical record from you and they're like, oh, halt the presses. She sent them. We don't have to do this. We don't want them to do that. So sometimes you just got to let their little motion go forward before you intervene. It's easier when you have an attorney or a non-attorney rep because we can see what records they already got. And if let's say they got Dr. Jones' record and this particular letter of Dr. Jones isn't in their thing for some reason, which it usually would be, you can then send it. It won't be duplicative, and you know that they don't have it, and it's not stopping them from ordering because they already ordered and got the records. Okay. All right. So that was Saturday. I don't know what this week is going to bring up, but I look forward to seeing you all. Have a good one. My little procedure from yesterday worked out just fine, and I'm feeling good. And it was just the last step of, something that happens to like 50% of people apparently. So all good. Thank you for your kind thoughts and messages. I appreciate it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your Sunday.